In Kaduna State, northwest of the country, the traditional ruler of Numana in Sanga local government area, Gambo Makama, and his wife are killed by gunmen suspected to be herdsmen in a fresh attack on the community in the early hours of the first day of the new year. Sanga community witnessed heavy attacks some years ago by suspected Fulani herdsmen, and peace was gradually returning to the mixed community.
His Royal Highness Gambo,
spokesman for the state government, Samuel Aruwan, meets with journalists, stating that the governor is saddened by the latest attack on innocent citizens of the state. He describes the killing of the monarch as a calculated threat to peace in the state.
The late Etum Numana was a peacemaker who was committed to peace and development in his chiefdom. The government commiserates with the immediate family of the royal father and his wife, the people of Numana chiefdom, and the entire Sanga local government area of the state. The government condemns this double murder as a calculated threat to peace and a most unfortunate attempt to intrude into a new year, a pattern of criminality that needlessly threatens the right of citizens to security, life, and liberty. All those with useful information are enjoined to forward to the relevant security agencies, and the information will be treated with utmost confidentiality. Government has directed the security agencies to investigate this criminal incident and bring the assailant to justice. We urge the people of Numana chiefdom to remain calm and to support the security agencies as they investigate this latest threat to the hard-won peace in the area. The security agencies have also taken necessary measures to assign more personnel to the area to keep the peace.
It's another unending investigation as directed by Governor Nasir El-Rufai. Reports of previous investigations of attacks on Sanga and other communities in southern Kaduna are yet to be disclosed and perpetrators yet to be identified. 24 hours after the murder of the traditional ruler of Numana and his family, unknown gunmen kidnapped the paramount ruler of Ikulu chiefdom in Zangon Kataf local government area of Kaduna State, His Royal Highness Yohana Kuka. The traditional ruler is said to be a younger brother of the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, the Most Reverend Matthew Hassan Kuka. This is Kwara State on the first day of the new year. Hoodlums unleash mayhem on worshippers in churches and mosques, causing the people to scamper to safety. But some are caught in the web.
The population here from midnight was very high, and some hoodlums took advantage of the population that was on the road. They came and they started committing mayhem here, started snatching handsets, handbags, raping girls they are able to lay hand upon. There's a particular girl, a Muslim girl, who was with hijab, who was to be raped by these hoodlums, who ran to St. Joseph Catholic Church. And the security on duty, who are also Christians, rescued this girl to their church premises. So the hoodlums became infuriated and said that, oh, this girl is a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are able to rescue a Muslim girl, that we are going to attack you. They started attacking St. Catholic Church.
Destroyed vehicles, shattered windows of churches, all are tales of the destruction.
It was a very terrible experience that we had today. The 2.5 hours, just like a year, because the children must have to be looking from the room too. Some of them had to climb the tree, some ran to the toilet. The old women had to hide under the gutter. There's some that are inside the church also try to see how to hide themselves. So it's a very terrible experience that we had today, and we want the government to try to book those who have perpetrated this evil.
We were in the United Secondary School. Adjoining us, we have the churches, about 3 of them. And if they are doing bonfire, we don't know who are the people. And we are afraid that this thing could escalate. So some of us had to start making phone calls right there, like calling the DPO to say, please come to our aid, come with whatever reinforcement you could make, because we do not want anything that will now become a religious crisis.
The government says 10 suspects have been arrested by the police, quelling the thought that it's a religious crisis. In a press statement, the police claims that some youths who were prevented from holding their carnival launched the attack.
Initially, 10 men were arrested that same night. Then we made effort through the help of the security and security committee of the area and the vigilante. We were able to arrest additional 22 men from that time to now. So we have 32 men that have been arrested in connection with the problem. But from the surrounding circumstances, you cannot say it is premeditated, because it all happens inadvertently at the spur of the moment. Because the churches are very close to the churches are opposite, and the school is adjacent to one of the church. So as the stampede ensued, there was a kind of chaos and what have you. And before even the stampede, the youths were already in the area unleashing a lot of terror, which our men had earlier even gone there to effect arrest of 4 of them.
The federal government has continued to state that it is winning the war against terror and insecurity. But the renewed killings, kidnappings, murders and other security threats across the country may have punctured the government's claim.
You see, the very first problems we have in Nigeria are our laws. Because the Constitution first now actually makes it a problem for the states to actually have security apparatus. Because it is the federal government that is wholly responsible for security. All the security apparatus, if you look at them, the way they are structured, answer to the federal government. And so, even though they enact these laws, the laws will now be tied to the federal government. That's when it comes to sanction, because it will be tied to the federal government. The sanction has to be through the prisons, the police, and of course the court system, knowing fully well that even though they have the court systems in the state, when you legislate or you litigate in the state, it is the federal apparatus, that is the prisons now, owned by the federal government, that will now come up to imprison, and the police that will now enforce sanctions. So it is tied to the federal government, sort of. You've given them the right to legislate on the laws, but they don't have the power to implement or to enforce these laws. So if they can't enforce the laws, what is the benefit of legislating in the first place? So you should be able to enforce sanction when you make a law, and the states are powerless. As we say, their hands are tied as it is.